She does her job. We see to that. But she's not a luxury hotel. It takes a crew of 7 and needs an overhaul every 3 years. Must cost them a quid or two, I dare say. Now they've found a better way. A new type of lighthouse replaces the old lightship on the Royal Sovereign show. This new style lighthouse was constructed in 2 main sections. First, a cellular concrete base, 104 feet square by 20 feet high. Built with the base was the tower section, which was in fact 2 towers, one telescoped inside the other. Fully extended, the tower reaches a height of 70 feet above low water spring tide. On top of the tower and built separately, a cabin with power equipment for the light, foghorn, and radio beacon and telephones. Not forgetting accommodation for the crew of 3 keepers and up to 4 visiting technicians. The roof, a flight deck for helicopters. The whole structure designed to last at least 50 years.
Rob Luther, I'm the Operations Manager for HERBOSCH-KIERE, part of the team who have been awarded the project by Trinity House to decommission the Royal Sovereign Lighthouse. 6 kilometres approximately from the Eastbourne coast. It's been decommissioned in 2 phases. We have the first phase, which we're currently mobilising at Shore and Port. At Shore and Port currently we have the Haven Sea Challenger, which is our 1,000-tonne jack-up barge. This will be mobilised with the accommodation for the crew to operate from, and this will be towed out by the windlass, tug and multi-cat. We'll be out there for approximately 6 to 8 weeks. Our first part is to remove the lantern tower, known widely as the pepper pot. This will be removed by cutting it from the deck. We have a 400-tonne crane on the Haven Sea Challenger, and this will be used to lift it off, and then we bring that into Shore and Port. That will be then taken to the Hill Maritime charity, where it will be incorporated into a visitor centre, and then followed by the mobilisation of the Gulliver, which is the Scaldis heavy lift vessel, to remove the top deck.
I'm Frederick Bourgeois, Project Manager at HERBOSCH-KIERE. The last couple of weeks we have performed preparatory works on the lighthouse, and we also have installed the lifting frame and lift supports on the bottom. You can also see that we have installed some temporary tendons on the outside to make sure that everything is stable during the decommissioning works. At this moment we have here the Gulliver, which is a heavy lift vessel that can lift 4,000 tons. The expected weight of the top side is about 1,000 tons, a little bit less. So there's plenty of capacity of this vessel.
My name is Henk Doornijn. I'm the master of the Gulliver. The Gulliver is a heavy lift vessel. It is a DP2 vessel, dynamic positioning. On this particular project made it quite difficult because of the current. It's almost up to 3 knots. So we use anchors, so we have a steady platform to work with. And especially the end of September, beginning of October, is very difficult with the weather forecast to interpret the good weather, but we were quite lucky this time.
We'll perform some tests with the Gulliver to see if it's still rolling because of the swell. If it's alright, we will connect the hook of the Gulliver to the slings that you can see over here. The slings are connected to the heavy-duty shackles, which have a capacity of 600 tons each. It's really important to do these tests right now. We're really excited to perform the lift later on tonight or tomorrow morning. In the early hours we managed to finish the horizontal wire cutting of the concrete. We needed to wait a bit overnight for the swell to go down. We installed the rigging, got it pre-tensioned. After all the cuts were finished, we lifted the top side. We needed to lift it very carefully to make sure that it wouldn't damage or it wouldn't move too fast sideways. We sailed backwards 1.5 ship length to make it possible for a flat top barge to sail underneath it. fetter barge is only for moving the topside into the port of Shoreham in this case, where we will demolish the topside itself.
I'm Steve Kershaw. I'm part of the logistics team. We now have the topside in the harbour. We'll put excavators or equipment on board the barge, which will then have a muncher system on board, and then it will be loaded onto trucks and then taken away off site.
So right now we're just finishing up some works. We just installed a cover plate on top of the pillar to prevent any birds from nesting there over the winter. In the winter time we will not perform any works on site. We will be busy with temporary works like a frame to hold the pillar, also design works that still need to be finished off. Once this is done, we'll sea fasten everything on the Gulliver, and the Gulliver is ready to go to the next project.
We are currently starting up the process for phase 2. We have to do a pillar removal, which is the second part of the lighthouse. The frame was produced by a company called RSL, and they basically had it designed and put together. And then they've been here ferreting away for the last week, bolting it and putting it together structurally, ready to transport. And then this frame sits over the pillar as a cutting frame, and then the wonderful cutting guys do all their magic with the frame itself.
I'm Konstantin. I am the senior engineer and the lifting appointed in lifting operations for this job. As you could see, we have lifted already the section 1 and 2 of the pillar. We have to continue with the installation of the cutting frame, bottom and top, which was done during the weekend by the robot team. After that, we have to install all the cutting frames and the drills for the trunnions. We have to cut in sections, then install the trunnions and lift them back onto the job. Then from the job to the barge, and after that from the barge to the shore side.
name's Gavin Dixon. I work for Waves Group, and Waves Group are the technical consultants and the client representative. As an engineer, I really appreciate that the Royal Sovereign Lighthouse was an amazing feat of engineering for its time. It was something that I don't believe had been done anywhere else in the world at that time, and it was really cutting edge. So it's been great to work with Trinity House on such an amazing project, and fantastic to see such an iconic structure being treated responsibly and decommissioned in a very controlled and proper manner.
We are achieving a big milestone tonight, where we're gonna lift the last section, which is section 8 and 9 together, and bring it to the main deck, where it will be carried in hull.
The barge is in now. This is the final sections coming to shore and port. We've now finished all the cutting on the pillar, so this is the final piece of the puzzle. Today we have a heavy lift vessel. She'll come along, do all the final lifts, put them on the quayside ready for our demo company to do her magic as well.
My name's Robert Dale, I'm Technical Services Manager for Trinity House. It's been 5 long years in its fruition. The project has been delivered on time, it's been delivered to budget, and it's been delivered with an A1 rating for health and safety as well. It's a combination of 5 years activity with all key stakeholders and contractors, and it's something that we ought to be very proud of. Trinity House were responsible for its position and its construction at sea 50 years ago. It doesn't serve a purpose anymore for aids to navigation, and therefore we took the decision, as it was our responsibility, to remove it. We're recycling around 98% of the lighthouse, and that will be repurposed, so the steel and the concrete will all be repurposed. And also the pepper pot, which will remain in the local area for the general public to enjoy and to also understand what the Royal Sovereign Lighthouse stood for and also its position in the local community.